This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hi guys. Sorry, there was a network problem, so I'm back now. So let's continue. So the question was this. So in Scoop, we have different ways of giving the password. So which is the best way to give the password when you're doing Scoop import or export? So your time starts now. 1 minute, 1 minute to go. So read the question carefully. It's what is the best way to give the password, right? So what is the best way to give the password? Last 10 seconds to go. So the best way to give the password is by using hyphen password file, because hyphen password is not secure because anyone can read the password and misuse it. And hyphen capital P, we have to enter the password manually every time. And out of all these three, hyphen password file is the best way to give the password. Okay, so moving on to the next question. The next question goes this way. So we can still go ahead and import the data from a table even if it doesn't have any primary key by default. So read the question carefully. So we can still go ahead and import the data from a table even if it doesn't have any primary key by default. So is this true or false? So imagine that I wanted to import the data from a table which doesn't have primary key by default. It's possible. So this is again true or false. If you feel the answer is false, then tell me the correct statement. Your time starts now. 1 minute to go. Last 10 seconds to go. So guys, the answer to this question is false. See, by default here, the key thing that you should look in the question is by default, right? So by default, you can't go ahead and import the data from a table if it doesn't have any primary key, right? It will fail because primary key is mandatory on a table to perform the input operation. Okay, so now I'll kind of ask a follow-up question on this. Select the ways to import the data from a table which doesn't have primary key. So I'll give you option hyphen split by. Then you can mention hyphen M1 auto get set to one mapper, set one mapper, all the above. So select the ways to import the data from a table which doesn't have primary key. So time starts now. 1 minute to go again. Your time starts now. 1 minute to go. Last 10 seconds. Okay, time up. Guys, observe the question carefully. I'm saying select the ways to import the data. I'm not asking about the best way or anything, right? So in this case, it should be all the above. So if you use by hyphen split by, it will use four mappers by default. If you use hyphen m1 or auto reset to one mapper, it will use one mapper, but you still be able to import the data from a table which doesn't have primary key. So finally, the answer is all the above. Okay, now moving on to the next one. Select the best column which can be used in hyphen split by. I'll give you options again. And you have to tell me the reason also. Employee ID, employee name, employee manager ID, employee salary. So time starts now. Okay, 1 minute to go. So along with the answer, I would also need the reason, right? Your time starts now again. 1 minute to go. Guys, I'm looking at all of your answers. Keep going. I would like to see the participation from everyone. So think that this is your actual interview. Guys, I hope you can see my screen. Last 10 seconds to go. Time up. So guys, what's the answer to this question? So the answer to this question is nothing but the employee ID column, right? So if you use employee ID column, you'll get equal distribution of the data among all the mappers. So the criteria is you have to select a numerical column as unique and not null. So this is the criteria to choose a column which can be used in split by. So similarly, a slight variation of this question. So select the worst column which can be used in hyphen split by. So Again, if I'm the interviewer, I'll ask you, why will it be considered as worst column? So be ready with the answer for that. Your time starts now, 1 minute to go. Last 10 seconds. Okay, time up. So guys, so observe the options carefully. Out of all these, I would say that employee name is the worst column which can be used in read by, because it's kind of violating all the conditions here, right? So this is non-numerical and this is not unique, because some of the employees might be having the same name and it might be having null, right? So if you ignore this null condition, at least if you try to use this, if you remember, we have used order status when we were doing the hands-on, and it was not giving me the equal distribution of the data. Some mappers are overloaded, some mappers are underloaded. Hence, we cannot use any non-numerical column such as employee name here, because that will lead to the unequal distribution of the data. That is, some mappers will do more work, some mappers will do less work. Okay. So moving on to the next question, we can do import of all tables by using hyphen hyphen target directory in scope. So this is again true or false. Again, as usual, if you feel the answer is false, then tell me the correct statement. Your time starts now, 1 minute to go. Last 10 seconds. Okay, folks, time is up. So what do you feel? This is true or false? If you try this option, it will fail. So the answer to this question is false. As I told, you have to use import all tables options. Then you have to use only warehouse directory. If you try using target directory, then it will fail. I think I have shown it already with hands-on. You can also give it a try. So whenever you try to do import all tables, if you use target directory, it will fail. You should use only warehouse directory. Okay. I think pretty much this is what I wanted to cover, guys. As you know, whenever I connect mock interview, I keep it only to 10 questions. Anybody have any questions before closing today's session? Any questions so far? Okay, I'll share these questions with you. So just keep it as reference for your interviews. It will be helpful. Okay, let's meet tomorrow then. See you. That's all for today. Bye. So even if you made a lot of mistakes, don't worry. Don't repeat the same mistakes in the interview. So that's the whole intention. Keep failing now so that you don't fail in the interview. So that's my whole intention. That's okay, Sabina. Don't worry. You will do better in the interviews. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's meet tomorrow then. See you. Bye. So there is one question to me. Why did we use scoop append to append the data, right? So just go back to the recording. You'll get the answer as well. Lakshmi, go ahead and check. If you need any clarification, just contact me. We'll discuss. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye. I'll share these questions with you. So Lakshmi, go ahead and have a look at the video. You'll get the answer. Yeah. See you tomorrow then. Bye.